Right now, someone is living in your head. Maybe it is someone who hurt you. Maybe it is someone you love. Maybe it is someone who does not even know you exist. And yet, there you are, thinking about them. At 2 a.m., while eating, while driving, while trying to sleep. You replay what they said. You imagine what they meant. You create entire conversations in your mind that never happened. You build whole stories about what they think of you. And the worst part, they are not thinking about you at all. That is the painful truth no one wants to say out loud. You are carrying someone else's weight inside your own mind every single day. You are giving your energy, your peace, your attention to someone who has not asked for it, does not need it, and would not lose a single night's sleep if you stopped. And while you are busy thinking about them, your own life is quietly slipping away. Your goals, your focus, your clarity, your peace, all of it, eroded by a habit so subtle you do not even notice it happening. This is not about being cold. This is not about becoming heartless. This is about something far more important. This is about reclaiming what is yours. Today we are going to talk about one of the most underrated forms of self-discipline, the discipline of not thinking too much about anyone. Here is what no one tells you about overthinking people. It is not love. It is not care. It is not loyalty. It is control, hidden inside concern. When you think too much about someone, you are trying to control something you cannot control. Their opinion of you, their choices, their feelings, their actions. And because you cannot control those things, your mind goes in circles, endlessly, painfully. Psychologists call this rumination, but let us call it what it really is. It is self-imprisonment. You have built a prison inside your own mind, and the prisoner is you, and the jailer is someone who does not even know they have the key. Think about it. How many hours have you lost to thoughts about one person, one situation, one conversation that is long over? How many decisions have you made based on what someone else might think? How many times have you silenced yourself, shrunk yourself, reshaped yourself, just to keep peace in someone else's mind? That is not living, that is performing. And here is the brutal truth about performance. It never ends. The moment you start living for the approval of others, the standard keeps moving. You will never be enough, because the goalpost is in their hands, not yours. Your current mindset, the one that places other people at the center of your thoughts, is quietly destroying you. Not loudly, not all at once, slowly, one thought at a time. And if you do not interrupt this pattern, if you do not choose differently, you will spend the next 10 years of your life exactly where you are now, mentally exhausted, emotionally drained, still waiting for someone else to validate your worth. But you do not have to live that way, because the Stoics figured this out 2,000 years ago. His name was Marcus Aurelius. He was not just a philosopher. He was an emperor, one of the most powerful men who ever lived. He commanded armies. He governed empires. He dealt with betrayal, war, loss, and plague, all while maintaining an inner stillness that the world still marvels at today. And in the middle of all of that power and chaos, he wrote something in his private journal that should stop you in your tracks. He did not write it for fame. He did not write it to impress anyone. He wrote it as a reminder to himself. And that one reminder changed how millions of people think about their minds. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Read that again. You have power over your mind, not over other people, not over their opinions. not over what they do or what they say or what they think of you, only over your mind. And the moment you stop trying to control what you cannot control and start mastering what you can, everything changes. Marcus Aurelius lived by this every day, under conditions most of us will never face. If he could do it surrounded by war and betrayal and the weight of an empire, you can do it too. Let him be your guide today. Lesson 1. The principle of mental sovereignty. Your mind is your kingdom. Treat it like one. Sovereignty means ownership. It means that no one enters without your permission. No thought, no person, no memory. But right now, your mental kingdom has no gates. Anyone can walk in. An ex-lover, a person who insulted you 3 years ago, a family member who disapproves of your choices, a stranger on the internet. They walk in uninvited, and they stay as long as they want, and you let them. Psychologically, this happens because the human brain is wired for social threat detection. Your ancestors survived because they paid close attention to what others thought of them. Social rejection was dangerous back then. It could mean being exiled from the tribe, which meant death. But you are not in that world anymore. The fear is ancient, but the danger is not real. So your brain is still running old survival code in a world that no longer requires it. Mental sovereignty means you update that code. You decide who gets space in your mind, and you decide how long they stay. Practical step for today. When a thought about someone hijacks your mind, ask this one question. Is thinking about this person making me stronger, wiser, or better? If the answer is no, you have your answer. You do not owe your mind to anyone. Lesson 2. The principle of emotional economy. Emotion is currency, and most people are spending it on people who are not even in the room. Every time you overthink someone, you spend emotional energy. Real energy. The same energy you need to build your goals, maintain your health, show up for the people who actually matter to you. Think of your emotional energy like a bank account. You wake up every morning with a certain amount, and how you spend it determines the quality of your day, your decisions, your life. When you obsess over someone, you make a withdrawal, and you get nothing in return. Psychologists call this cognitive load. When your mind is occupied with unresolved social tension, it has less capacity for everything else. Creativity, focus, problem solving, joy. You become mentally bankrupt. Not because life is hard, but because you are spending your energy in the wrong places. Lesson 3. The principle of indifference to opinion. This one is going to challenge you, because somewhere along the way, you were taught that caring what others think is polite, mature, considerate. But there is a line between consideration and obsession, and most people crossed that line a long time ago. The Stoics called it being indifferent to external opinion, not callous, not arrogant, indifferent. It means this: you do your best. You live with integrity. You treat people with respect. And then you let go of what they think of you. Completely. Because here is the reality. What people think of you is a reflection of them, not you. Their judgment is filtered through their own fears, their own wounds, their own insecurities. You are not seeing yourself through their eyes. You are seeing their inner world projected onto you. So why are you building your identity on someone else's projection? Psychologically, this links to what researchers call the spotlight effect. The tendency to believe others are paying far more attention to us than they actually are. The truth is, most people are so absorbed in their own thoughts that they barely register yours. The audience you are performing for is mostly imaginary. Lesson 4. The principle of detached observation. You do not have to stop caring about people. You just have to stop merging with them. There is a difference between love and enmeshment, between care and dependency, between connection and losing yourself in someone else's world. When you think too much about someone, you begin to dissolve into them. Their moods become your moods. Their approval becomes your oxygen. Their absence becomes your catastrophe. That is not connection. That is fusion. And it destroys you both. The Stoics practiced something called the view from above. They would mentally step back from a situation, rise above it, see it from a distance, like watching a small drama play out on a stage below. From that height, things look different, less personal, less urgent, less consuming. Psychologically, this is related to what researchers call cognitive diffusion, the ability to observe your thoughts without being controlled by them, to see a thought as just a thought, not a command. You can care deeply about someone and still be your own separate person. Those two things are not in conflict. Lesson 5. The principle of selective investment. Not everyone deserves your mental presence. That is a hard sentence, but it is a necessary one. You have a finite amount of attention, a finite amount of care, a finite amount of love. These are not infinite resources. They are precious ones. And when you spread them equally across everyone in your life, including those who do not invest in you, you leave nothing for the people and things that actually deserve them. The Stoics spoke of preferred indifference, things that are neither truly good nor truly bad, but that we can still choose wisely between. Other people's opinions fall into this category. Some deserve weight, most do not. Here is the test. Does this person invest in me the way I invest in them? Does this person show up for me the way I show up for them? Does this relationship leave me more whole or more depleted? If the answer consistently points toward depletion, you have your answer. Selective investment is not selfishness, it is stewardship. You are taking responsibility for the one resource no one else can manage for you, your inner world. Lesson 6. The principle of present anchoring. Overthinking lives in two places, the past and the future, never in the present. When you replay what someone said, you are in the past. When you rehearse what they might do next, you are in the future. And in both places, you are not actually living your life. You are narrating it from the outside. The present moment has no room for overthinking, because the present moment is always just this. What is right here, right now? What needs your attention? What needs your action? Marcus Aurelius wrote about this constantly. He returned to it again and again throughout his journals. The past is gone. The future is not yet real. All you ever truly have is now. Neuroscience agrees. When your mind is engaged fully in a present task, the default mode network, the part of the brain responsible for rumination and mind wandering, goes quiet. You literally cannot overthink and be fully present at the same time. Presence is the antidote to obsession. Practical step for today. Choose one task today and do it with complete attention. No phone. No background noise, no mental side conversations. Just the task. Feel what it is like to be fully present in your own life. That feeling is what is waiting for you on the other side of overthinking. Lesson 7. The principle of internal validation. This is the deepest lesson, and the most important one. Every time you think too much about someone, at the root of it, you are searching for something. Acceptance, understanding, approval, proof that you matter, and you are searching for it in the wrong place. External validation is a trap. Not because people are bad, but because it is inherently unstable. People change their minds. People leave. People have their own struggles and cannot always give you what you need. If your sense of worth depends on someone else's response to you, your self-esteem is a hostage. And the hostage taker does not even know they have you. Internal validation means this: you are the first one who decides your value. Not your family, not your partner, not your colleagues, not the internet. You. The Stoics called this living according to nature, living in alignment with your own reason, your own values, your own judgment, not the crowd's. Psychologically, people with a strong internal locus of control, those who believe they determine their own outcomes, consistently report higher well-being, greater resilience, and deeper satisfaction in life. The shift from external to internal validation is the shift from surviving to truly living. Practical step for today: write down 3 things you respect about yourself. Not accomplishments, not titles, character traits. The way you handle difficulty, the way you show up, the things you know are true about you, regardless of whether anyone else sees them. Read them aloud. This is your foundation. Build on it. You have been listening, and maybe something is shifting inside you. Maybe you can feel it, a quiet permission, a quiet release. Because here is what I need you to understand, right now in this moment. The old you is dead. The version of you that gave away your peace for free. The version that shrank for people who never noticed. The version that replayed conversations at midnight and woke up tired from carrying weight that was never yours to carry. That version of you is gone. And what remains is something cleaner, sharper, quieter. You belong to no one. Not to the person who hurt you, not to the person you are trying to impress, not to the memory of what someone once thought of you. You belong to yourself, completely, entirely, without apology. Your thoughts are yours, your mind is yours, your peace is yours. And when you stop spending your mental energy on people who do not even know they have it, something remarkable happens. You become focused, you become intentional, you become undeniable. You are the storm, not the kind that makes noise, not the kind that begs to be seen, the kind that moves with quiet, absolute certainty, the kind that does not explain itself, the kind that simply arrives and changes everything in its path. That is what becomes available to you when you stop thinking too much about anyone. Not arrogance, not isolation. Power, real power, the kind that comes from within. Marcus Aurelius did not conquer empires by obsessing over what his enemies thought of him. He did it by mastering the only territory that ever truly mattered, his own mind. And you can do the same. Every lesson in this video, every principle, every practical step, they all lead to the same destination. A life where you are the authority, where your mind works for you, not against you, where your energy flows toward what you are building, not what you are afraid of losing. That life is not a fantasy, it is a discipline, and it begins with one decision. The decision to stop thinking too much about anyone. Before you go, I want to ask you something. Most people will watch this video and feel good for a moment, and then they will go back to their old patterns. Because change is uncomfortable, and comfort is addictive. But you are here for a reason. You did not end up on this channel by accident. Something in you is searching. Something in you already knows that the way you have been living, giving your mind away for free, is costing you more than you can afford. This channel exists for people who are serious about that search, people who want to go deeper, who want to understand not just what to do, but why, who want philosophy that is alive, practical, urgent. Subscribing is not clicking a button. It is a choice to say that your mind matters, that your growth matters, that you are committed to the long, quiet, powerful work of mastering yourself. If that is who you are or who you are becoming, this is your place. Subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and come back. Because the conversation we started today does not end here. It goes deeper. Every single video. And if something in this video moved you, if something shifted, leave a comment. Tell me what you are letting go of. Tell me whose voice you are removing from your head. That act of naming it is itself a step toward freedom. Now I want to leave you with one question. A question worth sitting with. Not answering right away, not explaining away, just sitting with honestly. If the person you think about the most could hear every thought you have had about them, would you be proud of how much of yourself you gave away? Think about that.